Hi Scorpio, welcome to your November reading. I hope you've been taking excellent care of yourself and are doing as well as you can be with the chaos that our current world is in. I hope that you're doing okay. I've already cleansed and prayed and meditated on this space and this reading for you. This is your November reading, but really we're setting the intention for the next 4 to 6 weeks, what Spirit wants you to know. Now, in your meditation, I first saw you like when they were digging for gold and they'd have those pans and they would shake the pans in the creek and all the other sediment and rocks would fall through, but the gold would stay on top. That's what I saw, and I heard finding the gold. I saw you then in like a bird form, and I heard find a higher perspective. And then I heard that you've got this, you're on your way. And I heard something about Johnny Appleseed. I don't know what that means, but I saw you kind of like have this stick with a knapsack on the end of it, and you were walking into the sunset with your heart feeling very full, excited for the future. But it seemed like the overall message here was finding the gold where you're at in light of whatever circumstances that you are facing at this time. So I invite you to take a deep breath, to center and ground your energy, to set the intention that the messages you're most meant to receive come through in this reading. And we're going to start off with our animal oracle. I feel very drawn to start with this one. Please and thank you, Spirit team of Scorpio. Can we have the overall energy of the next 4 to 6 weeks for Scorpio? What is the overall energy? Please and thank you. And Scorpio, if you feel inclined, I would really like to encourage you to hit the like button, share with a friend, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, even if it's a simple emoji. These are all ways that help the channel grow, and they help encourage me. It helps immensely. So thank you, Spirit. What is the overall energy for Scorpio? Thank you. For the next 4 to 6 weeks. Yes. Overall energy for Scorpio for the next 4 to 6 weeks, please. Ooh, look at that. Spirit has a plan. Spirit has a plan. Boy, that peacock card has been coming out in a lot of readings here. We got more of these than I had anticipated, but that's fine. We have hummingbird spirit at the bottom here with be here now, number 34, which reduces to a 7. I'm a Scorpio sun, and hummingbird has been coming up a lot for me, so I'm curious if it has for you too. So we have swan. Look at this. We have elephant. We have mouse. Now look at the difference here between mouse and elephant. We have canary spirit, sing your own song, armadillo, number 3. I feel like that's a significant number for you, and it is, because they just drew my eyes to the number 12 here, which reduces to a 3. Let's see if you can see this. Yeah. That'll have to do for now. I don't know if you like pigs, if you think pigs are cute. If there's something about the movie, was it called Babe? Because when I said that, I heard that'll do pig. Was the movie named Babe? God, that's terrible. I can't remember. So maybe you find pigs to be cute. I certainly do. Okay. We have a lot of energy here already to start. Time for a deep dive here with number 6 energy, unconditional love, a nurturing, mothering energy, and swan spirit, which is so graceful, so radiant, such a sight to behold. And they're working so fast underwater, you know, pedaling with their feet, but on the surface you'd never really know because they just look so regal. So there's this graceful, regal energy coming through with multiple of these animals. And I'm also being drawn to the set healthy boundaries with armadillo. I feel like you're in a phase of your life where you are being thrust into having to really work on creating and setting healthy boundaries for yourself, and it feels painful. It feels difficult. And I think this is something that's been on your mind for a long time, but now you're in a season where there's no choice and you have to set those healthy boundaries, and Spirit is coming through to let you know that not only do they have a plan, but that is exactly where you're supposed to be. We have 3-3 flanking either side of this. For me, 3s are not only about cooperation and working together, but they're also, it's like a number of luck or abundance for me personally. So that might resonate for you. I'm also getting something about the 3rd of a month. I don't know what that is entirely. Yeah, so we have a few 4s here, stability. We have a few 5s about change. And then we have 6 for unconditional love. So those may be numbers that you have been seeing or will start seeing. But I feel like it's time for a deep dive on your values, on your wishes, your goals for the future. Are you stuck in a pattern where you feel like you have to be the person you have shown up to be in the recent past? I feel like as a Scorpio, your energy mutates and changes every so many years, and you're kind of in a constant cycle of rebirth, of transformation, of finding yourself all over again, finding yourself in another dark night of the soul. It's kind of like, when does this ever end? And it just seems like this is something that's Scorpio, this transformation, rebirth cycle, like you're just constantly in it. So I can feel how tired you probably feel. That change is, you can always feel change on the horizon, and you kind of always feel like you're in flux. In some area of your life is always in flux. It's never just steady and stable and everything, you know, all the boxes are checked and everything's working like a well-oiled machine. There's always something that's mutating or changing or transforming, and you have to keep up with that. That is kind of the essence of your sign, you know. Spirit has a plan. And right now I feel like they're asking for you to take a deep dive into what your value system, the things that mean the most to you, what does that really look like for you? Why are you doing the things that you're doing? And you may be doing everything from the right reasons. It feels like this is a needed reflection at this point in your life, which makes sense because we're coming towards the end of the year, at least when I record this. It's time for a reflection, to look at all the little pieces and moving pieces and things that kind of make up you. Do they still resonate with you? Like down to your wardrobe, I'm even getting. Does the things that you wear still resonate with you? The jewelry that you wear, the way that you do your hair? That's what that tending to the small things is, all the way to the elephant, to the big things, learning from the past. We don't want to get stuck in a cycle too long, because that's when things really start getting wonky and everything doesn't move as smoothly as it should. Even in a process of constant flux and transformation, if we get too stuck in any energy for too long, as a Scorpio, things start to not work so smoothly, and we start to feel that on a cellular level. Our health could be affected, our sleep, our mood. And so it's really important that you kind of take the next 4 to 6 weeks to do that deep dive, to not be too critical of anything, to not hold on too tight to anything. That's kind of coming back to this armadillo energy. Setting healthy boundaries with yourself, even saying, this doesn't serve me anymore. This doesn't resonate with me anymore. How can I shift this in a more positive direction? How can I show up in the world as my most authentic self? How can you, they're telling me, how can you show up as your most authentic self if you're constantly clinging to the past because you're tired of having to navigate change? And that resistance keeps you stuck in a lot of ways. So they're wanting to bring this through. They're wanting to acknowledge it and have you recognize it and gently examine it, okay? You need to be showing up at all times, now more than ever, as your most whole and authentic self. So what do you need to do to get there? Is it something like changing your wardrobe, changing your hair? Do you need to really sit and write out your value system, what matters to you, where you want to be in the next 5 years, and then sit back and say, okay, is this the same story I've been telling myself, or have my views and opinions and the things that I want to create and nurture and the way that I want to show up in the world, has that actually shifted? And I've been so focused on maintaining because I'm so tired of navigating change. Have I been so caught up in maintaining these certain things that I worked on cultivating 5 years ago that I haven't realized that it doesn't resonate with me anymore? That the sun has set on some of these things, but I keep nurturing them and it's not growing and it's not prospering and it's not bringing me joy and it's draining my energy, but you're not pausing long enough to look at that. This is, again, I can kind of feel some of you sighing like, I'm tired of doing this, and trust me, I get it. It is important for you to show up boldly as your most authentic self and to allow that flow and to not resist the change and to allow yourself to do shadow work when it comes up for you and you're called to do it, because you are a leader, you are a guide for the collective. People who don't even understand that they should be doing this deep self-reflective work see you and hear from you, and it helps activate inside of them how they are supposed to shift and grow and mutate and change. There's certain signs, there's certain people, I don't want to reduce it to a sign, but just for the sake of what we're doing here, there's certain people that just don't even have a clue that they're supposed to be doing this and shape-shifting and mutating and evaluating their morals, their system, the things that they think are meaningful to them, and so they get stuck. And you are someone who you just can't get stuck. When you get stuck, you feel it. You could have migraines, you could have insomnia, you could have actual like health ailments come up in your body, and you're like, well, I didn't have that before. Now here it is. That is a sign and a symptom. Now, always go to your doctor. I'm not trying to give medical advice. I'm just channeling what they're giving me. Those are something to look at, that something is stuck and you're resisting that wheel from moving. So I feel like for you, allowing yourself to be in flow at all times is the most important thing, because being in that flow state brings balance beyond comprehension. And I feel like for you, when everything is always in flux all the time, just to an exhausting degree, allowing yourself and really cultivating that spirit of being in flow is what is going to give you that peace you've been looking for. The peace is not going to come for you by things staying status quo. The peace is going to come from you learning how to flow in the river of life, to roll with the punches, to not take everything so literally. Because I feel like, I know this. You can take things and spiral and go to a dark place if you allow yourself. And so this is just an invitation to really work on being in that flow state as a mantra, to flow. You may have been seeing like sea turtles, that's coming up for me. Rivers, water, I feel like is very important to you. Allow yourself to move through. Don't let things get stuck in you. Don't stay the same person for too long. You know, keep them guessing. I don't know where that came from or what it means, but it came through. So learn from the past that you can't ever stay the same person you were 5 years ago. You're constantly going to be mutating and changing. So it's best to just work on being comfortable with that flow energy, that flow state now, instead of 15 or 30 or 50 years from now. And I mean, that's a lot of energy expended in resistance. That's uncomfortable. That's unhealthy for you. I feel really called to move to the Urban Crow Oracle. So let's see what comes through here. It is raining outside my window right now. I hope that if you hear it, it is comforting to you and not annoying. But I really needed my space to just have some of that fresh rain air in here. I also feel called to encourage you to get outside more. You know, if you're in the United States or that hemisphere like I am, the weather's getting colder, it's yucky, it's been a cold, rainy day here, so I know that's easier said than done. But man, if you have the opportunity to go outside and take a walk or just sit in nature, sit at a park, stare at a body of water, just allow yourself to be. I really encourage you to do that because it's going to replenish you, regenerate your energy. It's going to give you a feeling of peace. It's going to help all of the worries and stress that you carry every day feel not so heavy. Nature is a source of comfort, of cleansing, revitalization that we don't take advantage of enough. So thank you, Spirit. What other messages do you have for Scorpio over the next 4 to 6 weeks, please? Messages for Scorpio over the next 4 to 6 weeks, please, and thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for Scorpio over the next 4, thank you, to 6 weeks. That landed on the Let It Shine card, the Peacock card. So I feel like that's significant. Letting yourself be seen, letting yourself shine authentically. I do feel that one. Okay. So at the bottom here, not surprised at all to see this, we have resistance. So that's what we're working through. That's the energy Spirit is helping move through you at this time, is releasing that energy of resistance. So on the Let It Shine card, which is number 46, we have number 24 with illusion. And then over here, we have luck. We have luck. There's something about, I mean, I'm not trying to play into stereotypes, but there is an energy of Scorpio that is mysterious, that is kind of hard to peg, that there's an air of illusion, of mystery, of like the unseen, of being able to see through people and situations that maybe is a little, I hate to use the word off-putting to some people, but maybe, maybe. I feel like you, even subconsciously, are still kind of living in this energy of wanting to show up the way other people show up in the world, feeling uncomfortable by fully being seen as your most authentic self because it is so different from everyone that you know, and realizing that you are a mirror for others. So it is not in your nature for 100% across the board, everyone you ever meet, to think that you are just the bee's knees. That's not realistic because the energy that you inherently carry is meant to trigger some people. It's meant for some people to see themselves for who they truly are, and that makes a lot of people who don't want to see themselves feel uncomfortable, and so then they're triggered, they lash out. This is, I think, a very deep childhood wound that they're bringing up here, that it's time to release the resistance of letting that go. Allow yourself to trigger people. That is not your karma to carry. That's not yours to carry. What is yours to carry is singing your own song, is being seen for everything that you are in the world. Because for every person that is uncomfortable by you, there are 10 or 12 more people that you may never even know who see you and think, wow, they are really confident. They really know who they are. They really show up in the world, don't they? I wish I could be more like them. But they remember that. They hold on to it. It's like a little positive little hook in them, where when they themselves start to feel too connected to, like all the other people doing what everybody else is doing, they're like, I need to be more like Scorpio. And then that helps them be their most authentic self. You are meant to trigger people, and the sooner you become okay with that, the happier your life is going to be. So with luck, I genuinely feel there is something coming up here by you doing this work, stepping into the fullness of who you are in this present moment, releasing the resistance, allowing things to flow, literally opens the door for this luck to come into your life. I feel like you've been asking for luck to come in. I feel like you're ready for that shift where things don't feel so hard anymore. I wanted to cuss, like seriously cuss there, like you're ready for it. You're beyond ready for it. It's like, what's holding me back, Spirit? Well, this resistance of not releasing things that don't serve you, of not allowing yourself to be seen in the fullness of who you are, of not doing that deep dive to see, does this really resonate with me still? Do I really want to wear this, this jewelry? Do I really want to go to this event? Do I really want to be with these people? Do these friends really resonate with me? These are hard questions. Does this job still serve me? Does my partner still serve me? These are hard. This is not easy work, but you were never here to do the easy stuff. You're here to be a guide and a light, a shining light for others to help the human race. I mean, I know that sounds really big, but it feels that big. You can't do that if you're not singing your own song, if you're not showing up authentically. And they're telling me again, the only way to show up authentically is to do that deep dive on what truly feels authentic to you now. So that is vital over the next 4 to 6 weeks. Let's use another deck here. I actually feel called to use this tarot deck. Spirit, can we have some more information on this luck for Scorpio? I just looked up and saw 2244 on the timer. Can we have some... So 22 or 44 or that combination could be significant for you. But I'm also hearing new balanced relationships are coming because of this work. Can we have some information on what this luck card means? Please and thank you. Can we have some more information? Yeah, we have the Lovers as I split the deck. I think connections doesn't have to be romantic, although it could be. Meaningful connections are on the horizon. Okay, they want that one. We have Judgment. Ooh. Yeah, Spirit's calling for you to do this. We have 5 of Cups. Coming out of a period of lack. This luck card is moving you out of a period of lack. Oh, it's a King of Pentacles just flew out. Okay. I hope you can see these cards. Let me move them a little bit, because I want you to see this energy. I mean, this is a rebirth of like massive proportions is what I'm hearing. Moving you out of that 5 of Cups. Thank you, Spirit. And into a stable, so stable, meaningful connections. We have Death. Yeah, this rebirth. Death, Judgment. And, oh, we have a few under here. We have the Magician, 2 of Pentacles, and Page of Wands, okay? This luck that's coming in is a fresh start. It is an actual rebirth. You're being called to not just show up for yourself, but you're being called to show up for others, to be seen. And I do feel like this is something you've been manifesting. And Spirit is co-creating and working with you, where you're going to be seen. You're like, in a big way, you're going to be seen. And this is going to bring balance to so many areas of your life that have felt in a constant state of flux. This isn't to say that things aren't always going to be shifting, but things are going to feel manageable. It's not going to feel so heavy and draining and exhausting. It's like you're shifting into a new consciousness, a new timeline that you've been manifesting for this new passionate start. I'm hearing it's time. And wasn't that what they said in the meditation? That it's time now. I wonder if you've been seeing armadillos. Even if, as sad as this is, if they're on the side of the road. I feel like armadillo energy is a very important spirit animal for you. And I don't know if you've ever like watched a video of an armadillo that's being like rehabbed, or someone's got it, taking care of it. They're just these little cute little puppy looking things that are playful and fun and inquisitive. They're curious with this suit of armor on. They're so inquisitive and playful. And I don't think we really look at them that way. So when you look at the boundaries you have to set, don't think of it as this black and white doomsday. I got to cut them off and that's it. You can do this in a creative way that serves everyone, because you are meant to be seen. That's the painful part of this. You may want to, as painful as it is, cut people off and be done, but you're meant to be seen by them. So you don't have to interact with them. You don't have to give them your energy, but you don't need to do this black and white. This is it. This is it. You're out. I mean, don't get me wrong. If someone is toxic for you and harming you in any way, by all means, do what you got to do. But I think we're talking in a more broad sense here of, you don't have to give them your energy, but you can be creative in how you set your healthy boundaries, because you are meant to be seen by people. Let's get one more message here for you. Let's get an activation, okay? Because I feel drawn to do that. And I've really enjoyed working with these cards here lately. Spirit, can we have an activation for Scorpio for the next 4 to 6 weeks? Can you help activate Scorpio? Please and thank you, Spirit. Can we activate Scorpio? How do you want to activate them? Please and thank you, Spirit. Activation for Scorpio for the next 4 to 6 weeks. Ooh. Okay. You got 2, I believe. Wow. I am presence. Light body activation. Accessing the divine within. And then look at this. The divine matrix. Interconnectedness. Synchronicity. God incidences. At the bottom, we have karmic board clearing. Energetic clearing. Rewrite your story. Live your truth. I'm going to put this here. This is what you're going through right now. This all-out Judgment Day rebirth, where all of this cleansing energy, remember when we talked about the rain and your connection with water, things are being cleansed out so this light within you can be seen. No one could ignore that. No one could ignore that. And what's so wild, I'm just now noticing how much these 2 cards resemble each other. This is full body activation. Living your truth, singing your own song. The interconnectedness goes back to that boundaries, and that you are connected to everything and everyone. It is part of your energy. It's part of why you're in a constant state of rebirth and regeneration. of not being the same person you were 5 years ago. And you won't be the same person you are now 5 years from now. Being in that flow state, that I am presence, here and now. Accessing the divine within. Rewriting your story. Some of you need to sit down and write your story. Point blank. They're like hitting me over the head with a cast iron skillet saying that one. You need to sit down and write your story. It doesn't have to be 350 pages. It might only be 22 pages. It might only be 44 pages. Sit down and write it. There's so many ways to self-publish your work, and there is someone out there that needs to hear your story. I am getting so mad. I'm sorry. This is spirit going through me. They're not mad. They're intense. Somebody needs to hear your story. Write it. Do it. With love. I encourage you. Okay? You're being activated to do that. All right. I'm being called to end your reading here, Scorpio. This was really cool. Thank you so much for spending your precious energy with me. The number 4 is coming through again for stability. So that might be a significant number for you, number 4. If this reading resonated for you, please leave a comment. Even if you don't know what to say, just a simple emoji would be, I would be immensely grateful for that. It helps the algorithm so much. You can leave a purple heart if you don't know what to say. Like, share, or subscribe. If you feel called to work with me and want to schedule a personal reading, you can find that information at my website at theseaowl.com. And I would love to connect with you, even if you just want to write me an email and we can connect that way. But more than anything, Scorpio, thank you for being here, and please take excellent care of yourself. And I'll see you soon.